camel pose today. This asana is safe to practice in first and second trimester. In third trimester, the belly size varies women to women, the comfort of the body, and also the body weight and other conditions also varies in the third trimester. Hence, either you should not recommend this asana in third trimester or just recommend the simplest, slightest version of this posture. In case you are suggesting this asana in the third trimester, just note the lower back curve that happens due to the size of the belly. How much is it? And if you see that it's too deep for the women already, it's not recommended to suggest this asana because this can put a lot of pressure on the lower back. So hence, to avoid any further pressure on the lower back, we should not be suggesting this asana in the third trimesters. If women has been flexible, have been practicing yoga for a while, and her belly size is reasonable and not putting too much pressure on the lower back, in that case, she can practice the simplest version of this asana. Otherwise, in first two trimester, she can practice the basic version and the variations also. Now, if there is any strong back pain or pelvic pain, even during the first two trimester, this asana should not be suggested. Apart from these conditions, if it is practiced in a normal pregnancy condition, this asana has many benefit. It helps stretches the spine, it helps in digestion, constipation, it creates more space in the chest area, rib area. Hence, while the baby is growing, the baby needs more space in the belly. Hence, if we are stretching the body and making it a bit more flexible already in the first two trimester, then in the third trimester, there can be enough space in the upper abdomen region to hold the baby well. Also, any congestions in the upper back and the shoulder area can also be relieved with the help of this asana. So the way we practice the basic version is we come sitting onto our heels. And we can gently put hands at the back. Just this much. This is the basic stretch. Now, another simpler version, or we can call it SEATED-Ushtrasana, is that standing onto your knees and just putting support at your lower back with your hands and slightly bending, very slight bend, not pushing at all. And this slight gentle bend, this is the basic version that can be suggested even to women in third trimester who does not have too deep lower back curve. Just be mindful of that. So just slide. Now, the next thing is, the next variation we can practice, it's called SEATED-Ushtrasana, or the half camel pose, where we can gently take one arm on our heels, holding our heel, and one arm can be gapped underneath belly, and then looking up. And trying to stabilize and breathe in here. Another variation that can be added to this half camel pose is that while we are holding one leg, one heel, we can stretch another arm on the other side. And gently coming back. The full camel pose, or the full camel pose is when we bring both our hands to our heels and bend from the spine. So being mindful, even in the first 2 trimesters, of not to overstretch and keeping the comfort in mind of every woman. And if she has dizziness while even practicing the asana, then ask her to come back immediately. So the way we come into full camel is we inhale and take our right hand onto our right heel. And then we exhale. And then gently we take the left arm holding our left heel and stabilizing here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And to release, first we gently release one arm and then second arm. Coming back into seated. This asana can be very strenuous for the back, especially for the women who do not have that much back spine flexibility. Even though in the long run, practicing this asana helps her stretch her spine, give more flexibility to the spine. But if she does not already have enough practice of stretching or a flexible spine, immediately doing this asana, especially during the pregnancy period, can be very difficult, as there is already a lot of pressure on the lower back because of the weight of the uterus. So being mindful while suggesting this asana and not putting too much of pressure onto the lower back is very important. Hence, if you're suggesting the full variation, the complete camel pose to anyone, then keeping in mind that there should not be too much on lower back, pressure on the lower back. So give the precautionary instruction that if you feel too much of strain on your lower back, please come out of the asana immediately. Reminding women of these minor instructions will help you practice this or any other asana with a lot of safety, especially during the prenatal phase. We have to keep the health of the baby in the mind at all times. The woman sometimes herself in the first 2 trimesters can forget that she's pregnant because the movement of the baby are not so visible yet. Especially the women who are first time pregnant do not feel the baby movements till the longer time. Hence, reminding them of how much to stretch, not to go beyond their comfort, or not to put over pressure onto the sensitive body parts is very important. Taking care of all these things will help you while practicing this asana. Thank you.